What is up, mortals? It is Shara Zor-El here with a new video for you. Welcome to Season 2, Part 2 of What If the Big Three Were in 1A. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying, sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So, we begin. Nejire Hado leaned against the wall, trying to catch her breath. She stretched her legs, then her arms. Whew! What a race! She had come in 5th, or 6th if she decided to concede the tie to Mirio. She was pumped up! Her adrenaline was racing through her veins. Though tired out, she knew her energy would return tenfold for the next event. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? She chanted under her breath. A cavalry battle! Midnight announced with a flourish. Nejire pumped her fist in the air. She unintentionally sent a burst of energy flying. Whoops. She'd have to keep a lid on her excitement. As the rules were explained, Nejire tried to get a good look at the students around her. Only 42, including her, had made it to the next round. For this next event, she would have to team up. But who would she choose? The obvious choices were Midoriya, Todoroki, and Bakugo. They had come in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd respectively. But then Midnight said something that caught Nejire's attention. You have each been assigned a point value based on where you finished in the race, she explained. Whoever got last place has 5 points. Each place after that adds 5 points each time. However, the first place finisher automatically is awarded 10 million points. Nejire gasped. Her eyes started to Midoriya. He looked like he was gonna be sick. Nejire didn't blame him. He would be everyone's target. So, probably not best to join his team. What about Todoroki? Nejire found him in the crowd. Unfortunately, it looks like he had already chosen his teammates. Okay, then Bakugo. I don't need your help, you extras! Go away! Nope, never mind. She wanted a team of strong people, but also people she knew she could get along with. Hey, I know! She exclaimed. Mirio and Tamaki, they'd be perfect! It wasn't hard to find the two boys. They were the furthest away from the crowd. Mirio was scanning the other students, seemingly at a loss. Tamaki was looking quite pale and was hunched over. Guys! Nejire called. She waved them over. Do you maybe want to be a team? I thought we should stick together since we were so close in the race. And besides, I like you guys. Hey, yeah, Mirio said in relief. That's a great idea. You can be the rider since you can levitate and stuff. The rules are that you can't touch the ground. That won't be a problem for you. And Tamaki and I are super strong attackers, so we should be good horses. Tamaki nodded. Should we maybe talk about strategies? I don't like how the other teams are turning out. They're gonna be really hard to get past. And to be honest, I would love to just avoid everyone and not focus on stealing points. We have enough between the three of us that we should be fine if we just hold on to them. Okay, Nejire said. Evade and avoid. We can totally do that. I'll try to levitate to get away from anyone who wants to steal our point headband. Tamaki, you can play defense and keep them from pursuing me. Mirio, you'll be our offense. Mirio gave a thumbs up. Sounds like a plan, Nejire-chan. The three got into position. Nejire tied the headband with their points on her forehead. Mirio gave her a piggyback ride, while Tamaki stayed behind them to make sure she didn't fall backwards. She beamed. This was gonna be so fun! It was crazy how fast her nerves dissolved. Sure, in the back of her mind, she knew that they could lose, but her main focus was on the here and now. The countdown began. 3, 2, 1, go! A stampede of people raced past, all headed towards Midoriya's team. Since he had the most points, it made sense that everyone would try to go for him first. However, there were a few groups who stayed behind and targeted Todoroki and Bakugo's teams. Nejire looked around and saw that others were starting to notice them as well. Watch out for those teams coming closer, Nejire said. They might try to go for us while everyone else is distracted. Don't worry, Mirio said. He looked up at her and smiled. I've got an idea. He and Tamaki steered Nejire away from the action. Some of the teams gave up on chasing them and chose other targets, but a few teams kept pursuing. Mirio and Tamaki were fast, but they couldn't outpace everyone. Eventually, Shoji's team caught up with them. Shoji was a big guy, so he was carrying both Sue and Mineta. They had a good strategy going. Shoji protected Sue and Mineta so no one could steal their headband, and they could attack others discreetly. Shoji was gaining. Mirio stopped in his tracks, which surprised everyone. Nejude said, shouldn't we be running away? Nope, Mirio said. Let's face this head on! Without another word, he hoisted Nejude into the air and phased below the ground. He was only under for a fraction of a second before popping back up. Nejude realized what he was thinking just in time. Mirio used his momentum to push her up. At the same time, she activated her quirk. She rocketed straight up into the sky and used beams of energy to keep herself suspended. What a rush! She had never flown that fast before. Meanwhile, on the ground, Mirio fought off Shoji. The two exchanged blows for a while before Shoji gave up. Apparently, his team thought it best to go after a different target before time was up. Nejude hovered for a bit until Mirio gave her the all-clear to come back down. She gingerly landed in his arms. That was so cool! She said as Mirio repositioned her on his back. Did you plan that from the beginning? No, Mirio replied. It just kinda came to me. I think our quirks would work really well together, don't you? Yeah, Nejude said. She looked over at Tamaki. Oh, and I'm sure we can use your quirk in our next combo move. Tamaki smiled. Who says I didn't use my quirk? He pulled a headband out from behind his back. Here, he said, giving it to Nejude. When did you? Tamaki looked down and shuffled his feet. When you launched into the sky, everyone was pretty distracted, so I, just grabbed it. Used a tentacle and slipped past his defenses. You're amazing! Nejude said as she slipped the headband on. Tamaki blushed. Just doing my part. Now they had even more points. If they could just hold on to them for the remainder of the battle, they'd be golden. All right, she said. Let's do this! She was interrupted by a blast that shook the ground. Mirio faltered, almost dropping her. Tamaki steadied both of them, but not before a hand reached out and snatched both of their headbands. I'll be taking those, a voice said. This video is sponsored by Adobe. Adobe is redefining the digital experience through game-changing innovations that shape the next generation of storytelling. Adobe makes it easy to create, edit, and share digital documents securely, allowing you to collaborate and communicate across devices. Adobe Photoshop is your go-to application for faster graphics editing and digital art as a whole. At We the Celestials, all our thumbnails across every channel are created with Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Premiere Pro is a timeline-based and non-linear video editing software application that is versatile and easy for beginning and master editors. Finally, Adobe After Effects is the industry standard tool for digital visual effects, motion graphics, and compositing applications used in post-production. Many of our voice actors, audio engineers, and video editors use Premiere Pro and After Effects to produce these high-quality videos. Click the link in the description to start creating now, and thank you so much to Adobe for sponsoring this video. Now, on with the show! Nejude, Mirio, and Tamaki looked up to C students from Class 1B. The one who had stolen the headbands was a blonde boy with bright blue eyes and a mischievous smile. And an annoying personality, but you didn't hear that from me. He twirled the headbands around on his finger. Thanks for the free points, friends, he said snarkily. Who are you? Nejude asked. Of course, students from the impressive Class 1A wouldn't know someone from my lowly class. I'm Neto Monoma, and you are Nejude Hado, quirk wave motion. You seem to know quite a bit about me. Oh, I know about all of you. It's important to know one's enemies. Unfortunately, I don't have time to deal with you. I want to make sure Class 1B is fully represented in the next round, so we have to win this challenge and move on. So sorry to knock you out of the competition. Bye-bye. He gave a smile that said he wasn't sorry at all. As his teammates carried him away, Tamaki tried to use his tentacles to steal the headbands back. Monoma put up his hands and blasted the tentacles away. His quirk was just like Bakugo's. Tamaki recoiled but tried again. This time, Monoma released a concussive beam to block the attack. You have my quirk! Nejude said in shock. Well, of course, Monoma said. I made sure to touch all three of you. Huh? Mirio said. Wait, are you saying you can copy our quirks if you touch us? Monoma smiled. Pretty cool, right? That is super cool! How many quirks getting copied? Does it take you a while to figure them out, or can you just use them perfectly right away? Do some quirks hurt? Can you use them forever? Have you ever gotten to copy a pro hero's quirk? He was taken aback by her enthusiasm. Well, how about we save the questions for later? Yurio suggested. Oh, yeah, she said. A plan. They needed a plan. Stall him, Tamaki said under his breath. Yurio adjusted his grip on Nejire. So, he said, you're really confident you can beat us, huh? Monoma scoffed. You 1-8 guys are all so sure of yourselves. What makes you think you're better than the rest of us, huh? The fact that you got to face villains? Newsflash, if the pros weren't there to save you, you wouldn't have stood a chance. Harsh, Yurio said. But yeah, that's true. We could have been toast, but being attacked by villains isn't really something you should be jealous of. Who said I was jealous? Monoma growled. I'm just ticked that everyone is treating you like heroes when you haven't even been out in the field yet. You're right, Nejire said. It's not fair to you at all. But I'd prefer it if you got to know us before judging. She gave him her sweetest smile. So let's stop all the chit-chat and prove our skills. She released a beam of energy at him, while Murio pushed her into the air. She hovered there and kept blasting at Monoma, who pushed back with energy beams of his own. Meanwhile, Murio rushed at him, trying to land a blow. Monoma's teammates defended against Murio. In all the confusion, Tamaki was able to get in close. He was inches away from grabbing the headbands when Monoma realized what was happening. Turning around, he raised an arm to block Tamaki. That's when Nejire saw her opening. She flew towards Monoma and snatched the headbands from him, including his own. Murio phased through Monoma and his team and caught Nejire on the other side. Tamaki joined them and reached behind him, binding Monoma's team with his tentacles. Nejire was breathing heavily. That was awesome, she said. Monoma struggled. You haven't won yet! Don't get cocky! But as he said that, a buzzer sounded, indicating the end of the cavalry battle. Monoma froze. Tamaki released his hold on them. Nejire was worried that they'd crushed Monoma's spirit, but to everyone's surprise, he started to laugh. His teammates looked at him in confusion. Well. It seems there might be something to the rumors about you. Just don't think this is an excuse to lord your win over us. We'll come back stronger than ever. If you only win, you never get the chance to grow. Nejire said. Okay. Good game, I guess? Thanks for being worthy opponents? Murio led her down as the three of them walked away. That was a very interesting match, Murio said. Tamaki nodded. I'm confused about what just went down. Nejire shook her head. Dunno, but never mind that. But do you think we got enough points? We're about to find out. Murio pointed up to the booth, where they could see President Mike getting ready to make an announcement. The results were in. Todoroki, Ida, Yayorozu, and Kaminari's team got first. Bakugo, Kirishima, Ashido, and Sero's team was second. Midoriya, Uraraka, Tokoyami, and Hatsume's came in third. And in the last spot, fourth place, was Nejire, Murio, and Tamaki! We did it! Nejire yelled. She pulled Murio and Tamaki into a bear hug. We did? Tamaki said in shock. All right! Murio cheered. We made it! I'm so glad we teamed up. You guys were awesome! He gave the two high fives. I can't wait to see what's next, Nejire said. Her smile couldn't possibly get any bigger. This day was getting better and better all the time. But as she looked around, taking it all in, one nagging thought was bothering her. There was the possibility that soon, she'd be facing Murio or Tamaki. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I really hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, I'd like to say if you're into the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials has you covered. Our We the Celestials, My Hero Academia, and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in today's excellent content production. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, I'd like to extend an invitation to join the team. The only caveat is that we only accept members from 16 years old to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for new members to join us. Well, that's it for today's video, so thank you all for watching and have a great day. Peace!